Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Jones Ultra Mountain Twin. This board features Jones's cam rocker, so you got camber through the feet with rocker in the tip and the tail. That's going to give you the load, pop, snap, and drive of traditional camber right underfoot, but you're going to get ease of entry in and out of turns, as well as more optimal powder float from the rocker in the nose and the tail. This board is available in 154, 156 wide, 157, 159 wide, 160, 162 wide, 163, and 165 wide. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a day that was sunny bluebird skies. There was blower pow, heavy pow, chunder snow, fresh corduroy. It was kind of a mix of everything. Was a little wind here and there, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. As this is the Ultra Mountain Twin, it is on the stiffer side, so it's one of those all-mountain freestyle flexes that's just a hair stiffer than other things on the market. With that said, stiffest section is through the center where the camber is, and then it's softer out in the tip and the tail where that rocker is. There's still some torsional flex, but it's not overwhelming, and you don't really have to worry about twisting the board too much. Now, when you're charging around, you do get some chatter in the nose, and it slightly resonates underfoot. The nice thing about this board is it's lively yet damp through the center section. So what that means is a lot of vibrations and chatter are going to be absorbed in there. It just allows you to have a better ride and whatnot. So when you get into rutted out terrain, as it is stiffer, it wants to just creep up on top of everything or push right through it. Only if you like drop down hard are you going to get some of that body jarring chatter that really does resonate more in your knees and ankles, and you feel it at the end of the day. With the slightly stiffer flex, you have to load up the camber just a little bit more than the regular Mountain Twin. With that said, once you load it up, it engages that rocker in the tail and it creates a springboard effect. So if you want to launch, just be prepared to load this up and come in a little bit hotter. You're going to be able to pop off those side hits, those rollers, not a problem. And then when you take it to the park and you're hitting jumps, this thing wants to boost. So go fast, pop hard, and take it to the danger zone, because this board can handle small, medium, large, or bigger features. That's just the way it's designed with its flex. You feel it, it snaps well. It's one of those boards that wants to get you up in the air. While this board is stiffer, you got some 3D shaping in the nose and the tail, as well as rocker. This helps with buttering. You can pop into it, get sideways. You don't have to worry about that contact point out at the tip hooking up as you're pressing into it, because you have a slight 3D shape to it. That's what makes it nice. The other thing is, you don't have to manhandle this board all the time to butter it. Yeah, you got to give it a little more pressure and get your weight out a little bit more over the nose or the tail to get it to lock in. But when you do, it's not like it's going to wash out. It's not like you're going over the handlebars with this thing. It just holds, and that camber section takes over and wants to pop out of everything you're doing. Now, when it comes to jibbing, speed is your friend. So you want to go a little faster, press a little bit harder, and you're going to lock into those presses. You're going to feel it just hold itself, but want to snap out of it. So get your weight out over the nose or the tail. Be prepared when you hit the end that the camber section is going to want to rebound back. You're going to get a little bit of pop. You're going to make it to the landing, ride on. Now, when you get sideways, as this is the stiffest section of the board, it takes a little bit more effort. You notice that it doesn't fully cradle around the feature. It kind of just hugs it gently. It's a soft embrace, if you will, and then it slides. Now, is it going to be the best board for jibbing? No, not by any means. It's not something I would really recommend. But can you jib with it? Yes, definitely. What's nice about this board is when you get it on edge, it feels locked in. And getting it on edge, you notice how quick that transmission is. It's a very smooth and fluid motion, and it's very predictable. You just feel like you're going on edge, it engages, and then you drive it from under the front foot back through the tail. It's one of those decks that, while you're not fully doing ankle steering right from that front foot, it is engaging there, and then you're loading from the center back. Now, the big thing to note is there are limitations when you have this on edge. You're just going to feel it when you drive into it as hard as you can. You can only lay it over so far before it won't let you go any further. It's just where it wants to stop. It's one of those boards that Yes, you can carve with it, and yes, you can charge with it, but are you going to be able to lay really deep laid over carves? No. Short, tight, quick setup turns, medium mellow carves, or those hard elongated carves where you're going from one side of the trail back to the other, definitely. You can feel the power from the camber zone engaging that rocker section and just giving you a little snap out of turns as well with this deck. Who's this board for? The high-end all-mountain freestyle rider that wants a beefier board. It's been a hot minute since I hopped on the Ultra Mountain Twin, and they've made it a little softer. It doesn't want to kill you, but it's still an aggressive, beefy board. You feel it when you're loading up that camber section to get it to engage with snap. You feel it when you're on edge. It's a board that, while you don't have to be fully on top of at all times, you still have to bring a more precise game with it. You still have to pay attention to how it's actually going to ride. That's not a slight at all. And making it a little softer in the nose and the tail and slightly softer torsionally just makes it more approachable for the everyman who's going to go out and just rip this board as their deck of one. This is a board that can really handle it all, from going out and chasing powder in the morning, ripping groomers midday, and even going in the park if you need to. Comparable boards: the Capitus Super DOA, the Ride Bench Warmer, the Nitro Beast. Binding recommendations: the Rome Katana, the Ride C8, the Now Select. This has been my review of the Jones Ultra Mountain Twin. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not going to miss any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.